I dropped out of high school because of one teacher? No, she never told me to do it. Actually, she was probably the kindest person in the entire school. But the day I decided to leave school forever, I walked straight to her classroom and said something to her that still lives in my head to this day. And what she did next completely changed my life. This happened in a small town in America. Back then, I was in high school, and honestly, I hated school. Other kids talked about college, sports, and their future. But I just wanted a job. I wanted to make my own money. Every class felt like prison to me, except one, English literature. And the reason was my teacher. She was fresh out of college, always calm, always smiling, and completely different from the other teachers. While everyone else called me the lazy kid, she would say, "You've got a lot of potential." And for the first time in my life, it felt like someone actually believed in me. Slowly, something weird started happening. I slept through most of my classes, ignored assignments, barely cared about school at all. But her class? I never missed homework. I always finished everything on time, just because I liked hearing her say in front of the whole class, "Good job." One day she asked me to stay after class. She said, "The other teachers say you never do anything in their classes, but in mine, you're always the first one finished." Why? I tried to laugh it off, but that day I told her the truth. I said, "Because your class is the only reason I come to school." For a few seconds, she just looked at me. Then she smiled, but there was concern in her eyes too. A few weeks later, I decided to drop out. I went to the front office, signed the paperwork, cleaned out my locker, but the whole time, one thought kept running through my head. Was I really going to leave without seeing her one last time? That entire school felt different that day, like I was closing a chapter of my life forever. I walked to her classroom. She was in the middle of a lecture when I knocked softly on the door. She stepped outside, and the second she saw the books in my hands, her expression changed. "You're leaving?" I nodded slowly. Yeah. For a few seconds, neither of us said anything. Then I finally told her the thing I'd been holding inside for months. I said, "I never liked school, but your class was the best part of my life." Then, nervously laughing, I added, "And now that I'm not your student anymore, maybe, if it's possible, I'd like to take you out for coffee sometime, just once." I expected things to get awkward. I thought she'd reject me immediately, but she didn't. She just looked at me and quietly hugged me. It only lasted a few seconds, but in that moment, it felt like someone finally understood me. Then she leaned close and whispered in my ear, "Don't throw your life away." And somehow, those words stayed with me for years. Today, a lot of time has passed. She's married now. She has her own family, and my life has completely changed too. But sometimes, late at night, while scrolling through Facebook, I'll come across an old photo of her and realize something. Maybe I wasn't in love with her. Maybe it was just the first time in my life someone looked at me and didn't see me as a failure. And honestly, if she hadn't said those final words to me that day, I probably never would have become the person I am now. Sometimes the people we can't have are the people who change us the most.